the Buddha advised one of the person that he should divide into 4 categories. So he added one more category, which is to keep some fund for the future emergency, day-to-day thing, business, future emergency, and charity. So this is what he suggested. The monk suggested him because as a householder, all of you have wealth, right? You need wealth. Of course, it's as Buddha said, it is ati sukha. It is if you have wealth, you have happiness. Ati sukha, the state of being, having this, ownership or having, So when you have wealth, you feel settled. You don't need to worry. You can live your life, peacefully. You don't need to worry about things. So, but then you also need to, because this wealth itself can become your own problem also if you do not manage it properly. If you do not, we hear a lot, sometimes people becoming rich and then they get spoiled and all those things, right? We hear. So we have to be very disciplined in our finance, of course, for future, for day-to-day use, and then for emergency and for charity also. So we have to do a bit of charity as well. So that way, our wealth is for our good use. It doesn't spoil us. It doesn't. One of the things is that we eat. Of course, you keeping it for future use and all those things, fine. But why charity, right? So charity is for us to take out our attachment, stinginess to the wealth. Because when we attachment, then we are not happy. We don't feel contented. So that is one of the reasons. Then he did that, and he was happy. Then he asked again after some time. He asked, "What should I do next?" So they suggested him to take refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. That is, consider Buddha as your teacher and his teaching as your guide, and Sangha, that is the community of saintly being, as your guide. So that is something one can, he suggested him to do, and he did that. And then he said, "What next should I do?" He said, "You can observe the 5 precepts, 5 basic precepts." So that is, of the five precepts are basic ethical life, ethical values that a person should practice. And the first one is not to kill, not to harm anybody, not to kill and harm anybody, but to save and care. The second one is not to cheat, not to take what is not given, but to give, to share. And the third one is not to, abuse in sexual activity, but to have good, proper sexual life. And the fourth one is not to tell lie, not to misuse your speech for the wrong purpose. Use your speech rightly. It also means not to use harsh word, not to backbite, not to gossip, and all this thing. And the fifth one is not to become addicted to something. Buddha mentioned, of course, about drinks, but then other form of addiction, which takes away your focus, your mindfulness, your awareness, vigilant, your carefulness. Because when you are addicted to something, you lose the track of time. You don't know where your time is being spent, and a lot of wrong thing can happen. So these are the 5 precepts which he took. And then he asked again after some time, "What should I do next? I fulfill all this thing." He said, "You can take 8 precepts during full moon day, new moon day." So 8 precepts are furthermore, wherein you you lead for just one day during full moon and new moon day, you live a celibate life, brahmachari life, and you don't engage in songs, dancing, and you don't eat. You just eat between dawn to noon, like monk. We just eat between dawn to noon, and like that you can practice. So he did that as well, and then finally he said, "I did this well. I'm good. So what should I do next?" So you can become monk. You can become a monk. He said, "Yes, I will become monk." So he became monk, and he learned Dharma Vinaya. As a monk, you are supposed to learn Dharma and Vinaya. Dharma is the teaching of the Buddha. When you say of the Buddha, it is not something that Buddha has created, but Buddha said, "I discovered the Dharma," which means I discover the life of a human being, the life itself. I discovered it, how our mind functions, how our happiness, misery happens, what are the causes and conditions for our happiness and miseries, and how can we progress toward in our life, and how can we be more and more happier. So this is what Buddha said, I discovered. It's not that like he created, So this Dhamma we have to learn as a monk. And Vinaya. Vinaya is the disciplinary rules and regulations, monastic regulation of a monk, how a monk should function, how a monastery should function, all the rules and regulation. Because the monastery, this is a monastery where monks stay, so it functions within certain code of conduct that Buddha prescribed for all the monks. So he learned all of that, but now he had a difficulty. He felt that there are so many rules, there are so many things to learn. So he said that now he thought that I am in a cage. I feel like I'm a prisoner. So I can't do this, I can't do that. So many rules, this and that, so many things to learn. And he felt that it is too much for him. So because of that, he was, he got doubt and discontentment. So he became more skeptic about the monk life, and then discontentment. So when you are doubtful, you are not contented. Then because of that, he was unhappy. He was not happy. And because of unhappiness, neglected his duties. As a monk, you are supposed to, stick on to duties from morning till evening, night. So he neglected that. So you can see how when you lose confidence in something, then everything starts dwindling down. Everything starts shattering, So that's why in every, we talk about Shraddha, that is confidence. Confidence is not just a religious one. It is about anything in your life, whether it is confidence in your relationship, in your job, in whatever. You need to build that confidence. So if you don't have confidence, if you are skeptic about things, then as mentioned, you become discontented. You don't get that contentment. So when you don't get that contentment, naturally you won't be happy. And when you are not happy, you will not do things properly because you're not passionate. You're not finding joy in whatever you are doing. So this is what happened to him. And as a result, he became thin and weak. So finally, it comes down to the body. The body became weak and thin. So today we hear about depression, mental problem, mental health issues. Why? It all starts from your confidence in what you're doing, right? If you're not confident about your job, you're not confident about your relationship, then all these things happen. And finally, it comes to the body, right? So you become weak and thin. So the Buddha came to know about it. So he called that monk, and Buddha gave a very simple one-line advice. So I will read out for you. It's very powerful. If you can only control your mind, you will have nothing more to control. So guard your mind. That's it. So this is what Buddha tells him. And this sort of completely changed his perspective, his view on his monk life. And this is something that we can all also apply. Why today a lot of people looking for meditation as a solution for all the problems? Why all over the world meditation, yoga, especially meditation, is seen as a solution? Because it allows you to see your mind. You see? So what Buddha says, if you could control your mind, you have nothing more to control. Just control your mind. Just see your mind. Right? We are so much occupied by the external things. What she said, what he said, what he did, what she did, what happened here, what happened there, what is here, what is there, why it is like this, why it is like that. Oh, this is good, this is bad, opinion, judgment. And we are, that is with regard to mind. Our mind is always outside, right? So we are into that, and therefore we lose confidence. One of the reason today, one of the issue today people always tell is they lack confidence. So why you lack confidence? Because you are not being with yourself. You are always looking others, right? Social media is one of the reasons. You always look others, and in your day-to-day life as well, even if you are looking your own thing, but you are again lost in that loop of thinking again and again, right? You're just thinking about, you have an issue, so you think again and again, and you become an overthinker. There is issue there, right? You think on and on, and then you become overthinker, right? So thinking only is not the solution, right? So what you do is just watch your mind. And how does that happen? Through meditation, through this breath meditation, a simple technique. Buddha said it is one of the most powerful technique. So, and easy to practice. You can practice wherever you can. So therefore, just watch your mind, just see your mind. But how do you see? Because if you just see the mind, how do you see? Because you don't see the mind, right? You body, you can see, okay, this is me. But mind, how do you see? Right? So therefore, Buddha said, just feel the body through the help of the breath, and just be with the breath, and then you can see the mind, right? Where it is going, or what is happening, and then you deal with it. Whatever comes in, don't wait for mind to come. Just be with the breath, and then when you say mind, it is not just one thing, right? Being conscious of the breath is one state of mind, but then all the things that are associated with the mind, all the negative, positive, whatever, that keeps coming one after another. Sometimes you will feel very good, sometimes you will feel not good, just like it happens in life. As well in meditation, same thing happens. Some memory comes in, you don't feel good, sometimes you feel good. So when you are in breath, so all the state of mind, it is called the state of mind. There are so many states of mind. So they come as a guest, so you just see it, and then you filter it, and then you make yourself understand. You just analyze it. It is about analyzing also, right? But primarily, you should be calm, and you should feel that calm as you breathe in, breathe out, feeling the entire body. Your primary object is to just settle down the mind, just calm down the mind. Because when the mind is settled and calmed down, you can actually see your mind clearly. Whatever comes in, whatever state that comes in your mind, you can see it very clearly. Once you see clearly, you become very clear. What is to be thrown out, what is to be kept, right? Just like you see any other thing. So you go to your kitchen and you see, okay, these fruits, they are rotten, and these fruits, they are healthy. So, fresh. So you keep that. So in the same way, you just see it, right? So that's Buddha gave the example of water in a pot. If the water is not clean, right? Like say, okay, there are many examples. One of the example I can give is when there is wind flowing over the water, so the water is moving, so you can't see your face clearly. If you want to see your face in the water, and the water is moving because of the flow of wind, you can't see your face, right? You can't see it. So in the same way, when our mind is distracted, so we can't see it, right? We can't see our mind. So as Buddha said in this first chapter of Dhammapada, that mind is the chief, mind is the first, everything comes from the mind. Mind is the creator, mind is the destroyer, mind is everything. So everything is mind, so we have to mind our mind, right? So that's the mantra. So so do that, and you will be able to solve a lot of things, because in terms of wisdom, we already have lots of stock of wisdom, right? All of you must have stock of wisdom already. You know what is right, what is wrong. You already know a lot of things. You heard from parents, you heard from different religious master, you heard from school, you heard from friends. But now, when you sit down, then you are able to see. Then you know what is right, then you just analyze it. Then you just remove some of this thing, and just let go. And one of the things you have to do is letting go. You just have to let go. Past, you have to let go. Future, you should not be, you just let go. Try to be more in the present, at least while meditating. And of course, if there is something which needs, your attention, if it is past or future, you can give attention. But if it is not so much necessary, then you can just leave it, But even if you have to deal with the past and the future, you have to do so with calm mind, with a mind that is calm and not attached, not in an attached way. And you just use your wisdom and pass a, understanding, you just use your wisdom and deal with it by saying certain thing in your mind, by giving your own say view, create your own view for that past thing, because the past thing which has come has a view already, and you already have a view. So now in the meditation, you can actually change the according to the wisdom that you have, and that way you deal with the past more carefully and more wisely and gently. Okay, so this of course today's main thing is main takeaway from this story is that don't be frustrated and worried by what is happening outside, what is happening in the society, what is happening with your friend, what is happening with family, relatives, religion, country, world, whatever, outside. Don't be frustrated, worried by all the things that are happening outside. Just watch your mind, because mind is the world actually. Chittena niyati loke. Buddha said, the world is led by mind. One same situation, for you, this is bad. For another person, it is good. It is all about your perception, right? So if you are able to watch your mind, if you are able to do that, then you don't need to worry. That's what Buddha very clearly told this monk, right? You don't need to, as a monk, you don't need to worry about so many teachings, so many rules. They are there, fine. Rules are there, okay. In our country, every day rules are made, huge rules, but we are not aware of all of that, but still our life is going on. We don't need to know all the rules, so it is not necessary for us to know everything. right? It is not necessary for us to know everything and so much OCD about obsessive about rules and regulation, perfectionism, and all this thing. Just watch your mind every day, then you are happy. Just be happy, just enjoy. Then otherwise you are so much occupied by so many things outside, and so many difficulties you will start seeing, right? So no need to see all the things outside, just see your mind. Okay, so with this we conclude. So we thank all of you for coming and listening, and this is every Sunday program, and we please keep coming every Sunday. It's a good way to start your week. Have fun on Friday and Saturday, and have fun, spiritual fun on Sunday. Okay, so non-spiritual fun on Friday and Saturday. Party on Friday, and spiritual on Sunday. Okay, so this is what you can do, and I can bring in more your friends and families and relatives, more people. So okay, this is a good way to just start the day, start your week, and help you to live more wisely and more happily. Okay. Okay, so we thank you, and now we pray for just 2 minutes, 1 minute actually. Pray for all the happiness of all the beings, for the world peace. Sukhe bhaveyanne dukkho aham niccang aham viya hita cha me sukhe honto majjata jataverino imam hi gama khetam hi satta hontu sukhe sada tato parancarajyeso cakkavale sujantano sadhu sadhu sadhu. Okay, so online, those who are online, wish all of you happiness. You can also join online. We have a channel, Mahabodhi Buddha Vihara. It is streamed live, but offline is better still. Okay, so we conclude here, and if you have any questions to ask, you may come and ask individually. Otherwise, you can stay for some time, or you can leave. Yeah. Okay, so see you next time.